I'll do it again. Okay, so only from different grips. So that was really a no-gi kind of variation. 9 times out of 10, if someone is wearing a gi, this is the kind of grips he's going to be using. We've already addressed this, the side scissor position. It's the same grip break method. So I'd be finding the collar. We were talking about, just when we were down there with Chloe, we want to make sure that the guard is, my butt is off the mat. So sometimes if you've closed your guard and your butt's on the mat, I can find Carl's belt and physically lift my hips up so they're actually on his hips. And then I'll close my guard. So it's going to be hard to see this visually, but my butt's off the mat. That means that when I get the cross grip and I come underneath and find my wrist, the minute I pull this forward to strip the grip, I'm going to get Carl down. I'll be breaking this posture. You'll find when your butt's on the mat, engage your hips, Carl, what's going to happen is that you'll not actually break their posture. So I want kind of my belly button as high as possible. So when he makes that initial grip, and I find the cross grip and I come underneath and grab my wrist, and I never push it this way. Once I start pulling it over my head, I engage my hips and I pull, but I'm not pulling them straight down, I'm redirecting it and I'm bringing this across the center line. And then we looked at the side scissor position. I escape my hip, I'm coming up onto an elbow and I made that grip. If Carl does nothing, I'm coming up on top. And we looked at a lot of things that I can do from that position. Right? But he can counter that by posting his hand on the mat. And what was the third vulnerability? If he puts his hand on the mat, his elbow on the mat, his shoulder on the mat, or his hip on the mat, watch what he's doing with his hand to stop this. I make the grip, I come underneath, my butt's off the mat, I pull him forward, and I bring this. I'm looking for the whole side scissor game. The minute I cut an angle, Carl posts this hand on the mat. Don't post it on the mat. If he doesn't post it on the mat, he cannot reposture. What he's looking to do is he'll put that hand on the mat and pull his arm back. And now from there, again, from his perspective, Carl wants to keep his hand as close to me as possible. No, this one. The closer this hand is, the more leverage he has to pull his arm back. The wider it is, it's going to take more bicep, more strength. So once I get to there, he's putting his hand right here. Right? And now he'll use that as a base to pull that back. The second he does pull, I let it go. Okay? What do I want to do? I want to turn my chest towards the mat. What's Carl want to do? Body lock me, and then I just take a step. Okay? What were we looking for? We were looking for the side scissor the whole time. The whole system's built around that side scissor. I want to get it here, and we looked at a load of different things I can do from this position. But now we're addressing what happens when I get to there and Carl puts that hand on the mat. The minute he pulls it out, I let him. And now he has a hand on the mat. Does that make sense? What I want to do, I'm going to fill that space and put 2 hands on the mat as if I'm doing a press-up. Don't even worry about collecting the arm. If my chest is facing towards the mat and I take the step, I'm up top. So again. From here, I can grab the belt, pull my hips so my butt's off the mat. I get the cross grip, I come underneath, and then when I break the grip, I'm not pushing it back, I'm pulling it over my head. As I pull with my knees, I redirect this into the side scissor position. I'm looking to come up. The second Carl posts his hand and pulls that back, I'm immediately coming to here. The second he body locks me, I take the step. One more time. If he doesn't body lock me, I'll collect the arm. So from there, at the collar, break the grip, bring it across. The minute he pulls that back and I come up, if he doesn't body lock, I just find this and put my chest towards the mat. And then I just take a step. Remember, we're sweeping him forward, not backwards, not to the side. So, play with that.